Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Chronicles. This is Doug Sashery, and as always, I am joined by
Rob Mendiola.
Greetings, Rob.
Greetings, Doug.
A fine Sunday of podcasting.
It's a Sunday fun day.
It is. And also,
if you will.
Also, today
Yep.
is
What is it?
episode 100.
Man, we're going to get it in the books.
Yes, finally.
As long as I don't die before we end.
God, yeah.
We'll get it done.
Before we get it loaded up and put to the site. Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe we made it to 100.
You know, yeah, we only took that 1 week off.
I mean, this was definitely a venture experience, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
experiment.
Yeah, I had always wanted to do a podcast. I had thought about it for a long time and just kind of, it'd be nice, you know. And then,
so you listened to them before and all that.
Yeah,
stuff,
like I said, you know, I mentioned
you're kind of a regular.
My son got me on the podcast, and then, it kind
of grew from there.
Then when I really got on,
the brain started churning.
Yeah,
like I need to do this.
And you and I became really good friends after you got sick. I waited until after you got sick for us to really be good friends.
And I couldn't run away then.
And I knew you couldn't run away far. You had the OCD mentality of somebody who likes to get stuff done.
Control freak.
And yes, and you know your electronics from playing music. So I was like, okay, this is the guy. He's going to do all our engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, this is perfect. He can't run away.
It worked out pretty good, man.
I think it did.
I think it's been pretty smooth overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a learning experience. It went a lot free flowing after, because you had great ideas on how we should present like each week.
Yeah, at first I thought it should be a little more structured and kind of plotted out what we were going to do.
Yeah,
but that didn't really work out that way.
No, we just kind of went from the hip. I think anybody that listens to us can.
They can attest to that. Yeah,
can contest to the fact that that's what we do a lot of, and
But I think it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
That kind of that format's been good for us.
You know, it's scratched the itch of a lot of questions I wanted to ask. Like I said, I usually have the questions I want to ask somebody are usually a little bit different. I don't care about all the drama or the.
We're not trying to make people cry.
Yeah, don't want to do that.
Get too personal.
Yeah, no, I mean sometimes I ask, but
well, we've had those podcasts.
We've had the moments.
We've had some pretty serious podcasts.
Yeah, we've had a couple that I didn't know that they would turn that way, but they did, and because usually I'll ask anything, because anybody that knows me knows that I'll never ask from a center of hatred or anything like that. It's always because I'm curious.
Yeah,
and No, it's been really fun. You know, I listened to a lot of podcasts, but I think.
Do you ever listen to ours?
Yeah,
you do. Okay.
Yeah, I do. Not as much as I used to. I'm not telling you that y'all shouldn't listen, but no, I do listen, but I don't listen to them as quick as I used to. It's in a rotation. You know, Stuff You Should Know and last podcast on the left are the ones that I really listened to a lot at the beginning. And me, my brother, and I believe that's, or my brother, and no, I get that mixed up. But anyhow, yeah, Josh and Chuck on Stuff You Should Know, which is an iHeartRadio podcast. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love that. Great guys. And, I love listening to that stuff. And I think I like their style. I mean,
and what do they kind of focus on?
This is what I was going to say is that they don't have any certain subject that they focus on.
So just whatever.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people say, yeah, we'll do a lot of music. And yeah, we end up doing a lot of music, but we're not anchored to anything in particular. And I like that.
We've done what kind of, let's name a few things that we've done that are just kind of out there.
We've done, we talked to a homicide detective. We've talked to paranormal, we've producer, and then music. There's been producers, there's been artists, there's been booking agents. So we've done a lot of that.
We've got some fire performer coming up.
That's right. We talked to a chef.
Yep.
Yeah,
in Louisiana.
Yeah. So I mean, it's
kind of all over the board.
Yeah, all over the board,
which is cool.
Yeah. Oh, and we've talked to a comedian.
We did talk to a comedian out of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yep, sure have.
So I mean, there's some other things that we have.
We had Good Time Charlie, which is technically comedian here. He's trying to
comedian/DJ.
Yeah, comedian/DJ.
Yeah, we talked to venue owners.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Machine Shop one.
Yeah.
For sure. We've done Frankie Aludo.
Yeah.
BFE out here in Houston.
Yeah, we still haven't talked to Justin.
We need to get Justin. Yeah, from the Wildcatter Saloon.
Yeah, Justin is so elusive. But
he is.
We did talk to Carmen, and she was part owner at the time.
That is true. So we did kind of represent that.
Yeah. But Justin, we still owe
he's always slammed working.
Yeah.
Running the bar. Now him and Dana now are full owner.
Yeah.
So I bet they're pretty busy.
Pretty busy is right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and they're always getting voted #1 bar in Katy, so
yeah,
they're doing something right.
They are definitely doing something right.
But yeah, man, we've done some pretty cool stuff. We've gotten to talk to a lot of cool people and had a lot of cool people come in studio.
Yeah, that's been fun. Yeah. I think it's always best, but we've had a couple of lost episodes that'll probably never be published unless we
die
killed
in
in a tragic accident. Yeah, and somebody
maybe Robbie will release them for us.
Yeah, that or Spring will just do it out of spite. You know, one of the two. We have them. We run across a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that let's do that. Let's get on the podcast, but then we have to schedule because either our schedule or a lot of time it's their schedule is non-conducive if we're talking to, especially if we're talking to somebody who's on tour. Because a good thing to have is if they're not in studio with us, we have to have them somewhere where they can have actually a clear communication. Because we've had a couple that, we at least had one that we definitely had to redo. Because the audio,
reception,
it was bad.
The phone reception was bad.
Yeah, or Rob will have to go in and edit the bad parts out,
or drop.
We've had that happen. We've had that once, I believe.
Yeah, but we made it work though.
Yeah, and we'll be doing more stuff like that in the future, I think. And
we had CJ Pierce, the Drowning Pool, on before.
That's right.
Announcing some tour stuff.
Yeah, they have. There's a few friends like them that we might pop back on just because they have. Well, soon, like there's some people that they're favorites. I mean, at least that we talk to quite a bit in our lives, anyhow.
Oh, we've done gaming with Scotty Austin and Courtney Austin.
Yeah, we also did it with.
We also did
Victor Vasquez, my buddy up in Louisville. Yeah,
Kentucky
area. Because he had those insights with EA. So that's
when now we're doing the release for the football
EA
video
college
game.
Football. Yeah. Yeah, so
we've had him on twice, I think, right?
Yeah, we did.
That was cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of man. There's a few people on, like I said, that our schedule is gonna just have to get them to match up when we can do that to have them on. But we have some future other plans. I think we have.
We've been doing more locals lately,
right?
Has been good for us though.
Yeah. Now we have some locals that are getting ready to go national. I think some of our, I know two in particular, but one in particular is I think it's getting ready to hit it big this year. We'll see how that goes. Y'all give Lucid Illusions a little listen. I think that they're gonna
they have a good following now.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna be even bigger this year. They go and record in. They were in Nashville, and they're taking that to Montgomery, Alabama now.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're recording?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're coming out with a new album, and I think they'll present their stuff to somebody. It's coming up, So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are they looking to get signed and all that?
I think so.
They're not signed right now, right?
No, but I mean...
They're independent still?
I think they're independent right now. Yeah. But, it's also... Today's market, it's what works out best for the artists,
Yeah, they get to keep their money.
Yeah, they get to keep their money, signings are not the same thing it was 25 years ago, and
music's not the same, period.
No, it's a lot different. Yeah. So much is done independent. We're getting ready to have somebody on tomorrow that she's going on these showcases where, with different labels, and I mean, it's a different world, than it used to be. And it's so odd that we get to talk and learn a little bit about that each time we talk to a different artist or producer. Or, Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was like that, So,
Yeah.
it's,
But music just keeps on happening though,
yeah.
and it's crazy. I mean, we just had Jade Day and Matt Day in here,
Yeah.
and they have their own production company now, and they're doing the, like, I think they call it extreme metal, brutal metal,
Yeah.
and they're putting on some really big shows though.
Or as I like to call it, calligraphy metal.
Yeah, calligraphy metal. But
Yeah.
they're doing some really good shows though. Here in Houston and outside of Houston as well.
Yeah, and I think that's very impressive. I looked at some of the festivals that they have going on just this year and just in Texas. I was like, okay, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so it's always something. I'll never understand why, like I said, why somebody wouldn't go out and enjoy live music. It's a very calm.
It's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Than the big arena shows.
And you go out there and you think the first time before you go, like, God, is this going to be kind of a rough place? Is it going to be kind of angry? No, it's these music communities. Everybody's very nice, And,
yeah, I can say for 99% of the places I've been to are just a bunch of great people hanging out.
Yeah, my only thing is in most locations around the country, most are. But if you're not, don't allow smoking.
Oh, no, please.
Please cut out the smoking. Yeah. But most...
It was 2025, man. We shouldn't have smoking in
we shouldn't have smoking.
Enclosed buildings.
Now, years ago, I would have said, no, don't do it.
Mean, we want a healthy nation.
That's right.
And you can't have a healthy nation with people just
smoking,
breathing in that smoke.
I don't want to smoke too. I quit in 1990, August of 1990.
Wow.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You were a big smoker? Like pack a day,
something like that. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like I said, it took going on a canoeing trip, the kind where they drop you off and then 4 hours later pick you up again. And all I had in me was like 3 beer. And I basically, got out and collapsed because
you couldn't breathe.
Yeah. Cause I had, my lungs got burned even. I got heat stroke, and, next thing I knew, it was on a ER table flopping around like a fish. And I can just remember them saying, "Oh yeah, it's another one. Like it's no big deal." Which they were used to seeing that apparently, from the heat. And
heat'll kill you.
I tried to smoke cigarettes after that again, but man, I couldn't breathe. And I was like, well. And then because of that, I was like, if I went somewhere and I'd have a long neck, well, I'd want the cigarette. So I was like, man, I guess I'll just give up both of them, and that's what I ended up doing. I think I've had like a total of about 6 beers since then, maybe 2 or 3 glasses of wine.
That's not bad.
And 1 glass of champagne.
Yeah.
Which ended up in me getting married again. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that one wasn't bad, but
but it's all good in moderation, right?
Like, in moderation.
Yeah.
Just don't ever drink and drive.
I don't think it's bad for people to drink. Just they shouldn't drink every day, all day.
No, and that's no. I think that's
it's
bad.
good sometimes to be able to relax and have a good time with people, socializing. But
it's amazing to me. It is amazing to me that my wife, who's 12 years younger than me, of course,
she's 12 years driven.
Yes, hey, Larry. But it's amazing to me that she has had. Since we've been married, like in the last few years, she's had like 3 friends die.
Wow.
Of bad, like their liver shut down because they drank so much. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
From alcoholism, I guess it is, right?
I mean, I knew a couple people but man, that's just hard to imagine.
Yeah, if you drink every day, your body's gonna it's gonna say, hey, that's
to me it's poison. That's why I said that,
It is basically poison,
And look, I don't smoke marijuana, but I got nothing against it whatsoever. And
I'm not anti-marijuana, anti-alcohol either. But
no, but if you ask me which one would be better, I'd definitely say we'll go with the gummies. Don't put the smoke in your lung if you're going to do. Because alcohol is just, man, that's straight up chemical there. But and, the herbal stuff, the grown stuff is, I think, to me, is a lot nicer. If you have to ingest something, I think. But for me, it isn't for me. But
no,
I
I mean, I have a bunch of alcohol in the house, but I don't drink. So.
Yeah, I usually have it in mine too, and it's usually given. Like, musicians that tour through always bring.
Yeah.
Like we usually always have beer at the house, but I've never bought any beer. So
I think we have beer, wine. everything whiskey, bourbon.
Yeah, it's the
rum.
communal liquor provided
Yeah.
by musicians. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they take whoever's next gets the next load. In fact, I think whoever was in last time was looking for a beer, and we were actually out. I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that's unusual.
I mean, yeah,
Because we always have,
you always have somebody over.
somebody always leaves beer. I mean, it's, so tradition. But we always have wine in stock, and we have a little bourbon here and there. But
So the one thing I feel like we haven't had a bunch of is chefs, like cooking. I know you guys kind of do, sponsor some of the content creators that do cooking. Is that correct?
and I think we'll do more of that this year. In fact,
so why don't you have some of them on your show?
we will do that on our show.
Okay.
Actually, there's a few of them I've talked to, and man, some of them have some great stories. So that's why I want to have them
Yeah,
on. And
it's always cool to hear people's story.
yeah, people that chefs and stuff, man, they are artists.
They're passionate, man.
Yeah, they are artists,
Yeah.
and just like, I mean, look at Bourdain. Just
I
anybody.
love anybody with a passion for something,
Yeah, a lot of people in that realm, they're just like artists. They're a little bit off centered, off kilter. There's usually some kind of story where there's been alcohol abuse or just something. There's something weird because they have that artistic stretch to them. So I find it fascinating.
Yeah.
I love hearing stories about people.
Those are my people, though.
Yeah, I love hearing stories about people that have overcome. Some of my favorite people are people that have had some serious issues in the past and overcome them, and then now just owning life.
Yeah, I find it that they just are a little bit more real,
Yeah.
Like they're just real and they're open, especially when they're open about it,
Yeah.
I like that they're kind of
Well, we've talked to.
they're just very real.
We've talked to a couple of those people too.
We have,
and like that's definitely my favorite people.
Yeah.
Because like I said,
because you feel like who they are,
Yeah, because
they're
they're
sitting in front of you.
very transparent.
Yeah.
And I love that, because look, I'm like, hey, this is my worst. This is what I've done.
Yeah.
It can't. Well, there's nothing I can hide from. There's
love
nothing.
me
beyond
or
that.
hate me.
Yeah, that's right. So that's
and
it.
they're okay either way, which is also great. You
I
know?
like that. I do like that. Yeah.
Some people just expect everybody to like them, and that's not realistic.
That's not realistic. All you can do is be you.
That's right. Yeah.
And
that's the best policy.
yeah, love yourself.
Yeah.
And if you love yourself and take care of yourself, that'll reverberate out to those that are around, the closest to you.
People feel that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's but that's what we're here to keep doing is
Well, I hope we can make it to another 100.
I think
That would be awesome.
I think we'll get there.
Think so?
Yeah.
I hope I make it to another 100.
Well, we both do, Rob.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both do. But
I'm gonna keep pushing, man.
yeah, and before this is just a short episode, just to say 100, just gonna be us, and we didn't want to do anybody else on this episode. But
Because we can't really say we had a favorite. To me, I have like a bunch of favorites.
no, yeah, we don't want to be that person. But
I think I've enjoyed just about everybody we've had on here.
yeah,
Just really cool people, man.
yeah. Like I said, I just find it.
I always feel like I know them better.
yeah. And
after.
there's been episodes that have gone well beyond where I thought that we would be enough. In like, oh my God, this is very interesting. So it just I like those, and I'd like to also say that kudos to our producer, your wife Spring.
Absolutely.
She always has stuff ready to go here.
She does.
The same stuff every damn time, which I'm like, you don't need to do that. I'm saying that in my head, but she does.
Yeah.
She has it ready.
I think she really digs it though.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
So, and I've been very appreciative that y'all have had everything set aside, set up, ready to go every damn time.
Yeah. I think she's enjoyed opening up her home.
Yeah.
To everyone. So.
Oh yeah, we also did the Gettysburg trip together this year, so that was good. We'll have to do something again this year.
Maybe, yeah. She's swearing that she won't get on an airplane again.
Yeah, after the last experience.
The last experience with me, sitting in for a whole day, 2 days basically, in the airport. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
She was so.
See,
hot.
this is why I don't fly.
She was so mad.
Yeah, people ask why I don't fly, and that is the reason. It's
and
just,
they did refund a lot of her money, but they were trying to give her all kind of vouchers, and she's like, no.
No, because I'm not going to
I'm
fly.
not going
again.
anywhere. So
Yeah, I mean,
screw that.
yeah, it's just that's the big deal to me is I don't like being on anybody else's time frame depending on them.
Well, you've seen the airline industry, how just manic it is, and how it's just not great right now. It's in a bad place. They need to really revamp that whole system and get things better. We've had a couple of crashes here recently.
Yeah, God.
It just DC, they've had one in Pennsylvania. They've had another.
Yeah, it's just. Well, I saw some of the video from that. It was crazy.
Yeah, today they had another fire on a jet here in Houston.
That's weird.
So it's like, man, get it together.
And it's weird. When I was younger, that crashes would happen on a semi-regular basis, but they've gotten so good at the planes that they hadn't. But sometimes somebody goes a step beyond. Not like the private jet that went down. You usually going to find out to be some kind of pilot error. Usually, but I guess we'll find out. Maybe this year we should do something which is not close, but it's in Texas. Maybe we should go to Big Bend or something like that.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Definitely do that.
To Marfa.
Yeah. Marfa's cool.
The aliens, the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could take the podcast and maybe do some.
I think so.
Podcast out there.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. In Texas, in state.
Yeah.
All right. I think we've had enough of this episode.
I guess so.
All right.
I hope everybody listens though.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
We really appreciate everybody being a part of this.
Yeah, we do.
It wouldn't be what it is without. Again, people being a part of it,
Yeah, and
it's kind of like musicians say you wouldn't be anything without the fans,
That's right.
But I feel like it wouldn't have been as good as it's been.
No, we have some steady listeners, and they greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
And anyhow, that's it.
Well, let's go for another 100, Doug.
Let's do it.
Let's
make it a plan. All right, this has been the Nonsense Chronicles. Please like, subscribe, and download.
Yeah.
We're out.
Later.